Sorry, go ahead, start it.
What's today?
What do you mean?
The video.
Finishing on bigs, yeah.
Believe basketball.
You timed that perfect.
Coach G.
Coach John.
Today.
We have a question from Bowl of Rice -I3B. Come on, bruh. With the rice, man. I mean, what we doing? Question is, yo, good stuff, bro. All right, now I'm on your side because you led with a compliment. This video actually helps so much. This is the video about getting to the rim. Make sure y'all check that out. Can you make a video about scoring with contact under the rim against the big man? All right, great question, Bowl of Rice -I3B.
Contact.
So where you going with this, sir?
We've already established how to get around defenders in a variety, multitude of different ways.
Right, we worked on different tiers. Now that's true. We need to focus on this portion
Finishing
here.
at
Right.
the rim. So specifically through contact, depending on what type of big you have now underneath the rim, if you have someone that is not really a shot blocker, you could definitely attack them. It's a little bit easier to attack them.
Hold on, is your mic on? It better be.
No?
No, it's not. See? I'll pick up where he left off. See, this happens all the time. This is G at his
How
finest.
about you turn it on?
How am I gonna turn this on you?
Because you gave it to me normally.
No, I don't wanna hear that.
Normally it's already
Anyway,
turned on.
when you're finishing at the basket with contact, you have to realize like your range, right? From the defender, and also realize what type of shot blocker they are, all right?
Yeah.
Man, we doing a video. Get out of here. Anyway, as we're saying, if you're playing against a shot blocker, in order for it to make it easier for you to get into the basket, you have to already display your other options that you have. When you're driving, getting to the basket, if you have a float game, if you have a good pass game, if you have a good close range jump shot, you're gonna get a different reaction out of the big. If you're always giving them the same look every time driving, trying to lay them in all the time, it's easier for them to time your shots. So you give them different options when you get to the basket, they're not gonna know what you're gonna try to do. So rule number one is give them different options so they can't anticipate what you're gonna do. Another thing is, as we said, realizing who you're trying to finish against. If Coach G is an athletic big and he's good at timing shots, look at where he is now, right? He does not have to move because he's athletic enough. So by the time I get here, he's setting up timing my shot. And when he goes to time my shot, he's not really coming towards my body. He's going towards the basket. And because he's athletic enough, he can chase the shot at the back where the meeting point is for me. Now, if he's not an athletic big and he's not really blocking the shot, he's gonna get there early, boom, and look to take the offensive foul. So you gotta be aware of what type of player you're looking to finish against. Now, when we talk about contact, if you're driving to the basket going aggressive, let's say I'm going off 2 feet, I wanna make sure I get contact. If he's on the side of me here, contact, and then try to finish while he's off balance. But if I'm just trying to drive here and just throw up some lucky shot, it's a low percentage shot, shot's gonna get blocked, coach is gonna cuss you out, you're sitting on the bench, you're looking over your shoulder, parents looking at you crazy, the girl you like, the guy you like, whatever, you're in a bad shape. So don't do it. Don't do it at all. Make sense of the situation when you're driving to the basket.
Kind of also get yourself in a position where you can kind of like, I like to make the big have to come and guard. So to get that to happen is you have to play within the mid-range. So before you even engage the big, if you have this shot here, a floater, or that small pull-up, make those shots a consistent shot for you to take. So now when you drive, he has to come and meet you. Now at that point, he's at a disadvantage because he's coming here to get you. Now you can go around. Then that's where, like you said, you get here, you can finish.
You got more options.
You got your Euros.
Further away.
Because now it's like coming downhill like a Ginobili, a D-Wade. They get downhill at that point now, I'm getting here, you can get your finishes off. Or if he's coming over to meet you,
Up high or low?
Now low. Now, when I jump to create contact with him, I'm trying to beat him in the air, and I'm gonna go shoulder to chest to try to create more separation. Once you get the bump, that's your separation to finish here. All right.
When you do that though, you gotta show the ball first. So notice Coach G's going up, you're showing and going out. This also dictates like how good of a finisher you are with both hands. if you're better finishing with your right hand, you could probably only do this with your right hand. You go with the left, you can still draw contact, but it's not gonna be a strong finish. So for me, as I was learning how to do this, I'm looking to get to their chest. I would practice jumping up with no contact, coming down, finishing. Then we'd be playing around, practice against my friends. Yo,
Yeah,
jump straight up and down,
actually.
bump here, and practice finishing. Because it's gonna simulate the real game situation, right? So showing the ball first and then going with contact and finishing is definitely a good technique. But as y'all know, I'm a big time floater guy, all right? Kill them with the floater. Sometimes we're trying to force shots that aren't there. You're not gonna be able to finish over the bigs every single time. Think of your favorite basketball players and like how they finish. Think of the best guards, the best slashers. They don't do the same thing every time. Even the high flyers that can dunk and do all the fancy finishes like Kyrie, you never know how he's going to finish. That's why he rarely ever gets his shot
And
blocked.
he shows the ball a lot. Before he even goes up, he's always going up here, and then he's trying to finish here.
Yeah.
Like he's always doing something where he's changing his angle of his release on his finger roll. So he might be here, he might go under. If you put your hands up, he's going underneath your hands. Right. He's always trying to find a different angle, but the ball starts where he's showing, and now you got to react off of what happens. He's just reading how you react. Right. If you don't do anything, then he just nice float.
And the footwork may be off the lead foot, off his first step. It's like a quick floater.
He's so good at that point.
Yeah.
He jump off either one,
and he shoots from either hand. Exactly.
Yeah, but
that's the skill work. So like when you're in the gym not doing anything, that's you practicing this, your angles. So you're using the backboard up high, practicing your angles up high, and then you practice putting some spin on the shot. And then you challenge yourself when you put spin on the shot to make sure it doesn't hit the rim. So if I'm doing that layup there and it hits the rim, I'm not counting that. I'm gonna keep doing my layups and not counting it at all until I get a clean one like that, right? And that's a challenge that I'll have for myself. And then every single time I miss, I'll have some type of a consequence. So I'll do a couple with my left, finishing up high, a couple with my right, finishing up high. But if it hits the rim, as I said, I'm not gonna count it. But notice on my finishes, I'm putting the ball up high. Any layup that you do that's like at the level of the backboard where the white square is and below, even a guard can clean that up.
Yeah.
And you talking about an athletic big, you have to practice going full speed, shooting the ball up high off the backboard and letting it come down low. Because realistically speaking, you want to make the situation harder than you're going to face in the game. So if you're athletic enough where you can get near the rim and finish and dunk, that's one thing. But every scenario is not going to be the same. Sometimes you have to literally go to the basket, draw the contact. Sometimes, and you may miss some shots when you drive against the big. Well, you got to realize that it is okay for you to get to the basket, miss a couple layups. Obviously, you want to make them, but sometimes your misses set up your teammate for offensive rebounds. So if I'm driving to the basket here, Coach G's my teammate, I miss, and the guy chased my shot, he gets the rebound, that's an easy putback, right? Now, next time I drive, I'm looking for more contact from the big every time. I'm putting pressure on the shot blocker.
Yep.
You don't want the shot blocker to then steal your confidence. You lose your confidence, you're no longer being aggressive. They won. Because now you're coming in, all they're doing is feinting at you, you're double pumping, doing all that, you're in your head. And once they own real estate here, you're out of control of everything you're doing.
Yeah. Real quick, just to go over the finishes too.
Yeah.
Once y'all finish doing that, you can also reverse. Do the same thing here and get used to just feeling those angles. And then add like a dribble. And I will work on jumping as high as I can and working on that touch to put the ball up as high as possible.
Perfect, I'm glad you said it. Then also, you said angles, right?
Yes.
Body contact. If I'm blocking looking to block Coach G's shot, look where he is. And if I'm chasing him, he's not gonna lean forward because that closes the gap. He's trying to aim at the rim. He's giving me more space to block the shot. What he wants to do is jump straight up and down or jump towards me, although I'm on the side of him, because then now he has a clear angle to shoot without it being contested. Yeah. Sometimes y'all make great moves. Like you get all the way to the basket, but you still let the defender, because you drove to the backboard, you let the defender be between you and the rim, you gotta finish over them now. Yeah. Instead, put them in jail, as Coach G says, put them underneath the rim. Now when they try to block the shot, they hit the net. You see what I'm saying? So it's just all based on angles that you take and then keeping your confidence. Stop trying to be the player that does everything right every single time. Yeah. It's not realistic. You're gonna make mistakes. It's part of basketball, but it's how you adapt to it. You smoke a couple layups, darn it, keep going. You can't then become a passive player. You gotta still be aggressive.
It's part of it.
It's all part of the game. So,
and you gotta get those, you just gotta get the reps in. We're gonna keep saying it. You gotta get the reps in. Whether you miss or make, you don't get to a point where your numbers increase, like statistically. You're gonna miss at the beginning a lot. And then as you continue to grow, your percentages go up. That's just life. That whether once you do something 10 times, you'll be probably terrible. Then you do it 100 times, a little bit better. 1,000 times, even better. Then your numbers just go up.
Yeah, you kind of start to get the mastery. So the key is
Yep.
continue to practice. Think about the things we just broke down. Practice them. Get in the scenarios before you're faced with them in the game. That's
Yep.
all we're saying. Get yourself exposed to these situations where you're struggling as often as possible. Then when you're struggling, you tend to progressively get better. So
Yep.
that's a video on finishing. Coach John,
Coach G,
we out.
peace.